Hi guys, welcome back to Chapters and Conversation. So, my next book that I want to review would be After the Honeymoon. As the name implies, you should already have an idea what this book is going to be all about, right? Now, this is this is a 10 over 10. This is a 10 over 10 for me. This is a 10 over 10 for me. Okay, now let's talk about the characters, right? This is about Jane and James, right? They met on vacation, different vacation, like individual vacation, and they fell in love at first sight and they got married. Within under 7 days, they were married and already having their honeymoon. Now, this book it begins when they actually came back from the honeymoon back to London, which is where they stayed. You know, when you get married to someone without knowing the person, like knowing what this person wants, knowing the plans this person has, the goals, and all of that. So, that is exactly what this book is all about. Now, these two people got married without knowing, the plans of this person or their goals or their purpose, nothing. It was just they acted on their love, right? So, Jane is a career driven person. She's career oriented. Right from 18, she started working for a fashion magazine. She has always wanted to attain to the height of editor, right? Or editor in chief. While James, on the other side, an executive, um, is an executive in an oil firm, right? I wouldn't say he's not um, career driven, but it comes in a scale of preference. If you're to scale his own preferences, family comes first, then his career. But Jane, on the other side, is more of career than family. She wasn't even thinking of having kids. She has never in her life thought of having kids. So she got promoted, right? She got promoted. She got the career of her dreams. She got promoted to chief editor. And at the same time, her husband, James, was being transferred to Brazil. Now, will I say in normal sense, in reality, most times you think that, once your husband is being promoted, you as the wife will move with him and all of that. But Jen was not having that at all. When she approached her husband, was like, you said you're not ambitious. You've never wanted to like go higher. So why are you insisting that we go to Brazil? And he was like, I never said I never wanted to go higher. I just said I'm not career driven like you. My family comes first before any other thing. And it only makes sense for you to come with me since we are married, right? Jen was not having that. Oh no, you can't tell me to stop my career just because of it. I can't pause my career for you or for anybody. So no, it's not going to happen. So yeah, this caused a big rift between two of them. It caused a very big problem. James went to Brazil. Jane stayed behind. She was promoted. Though one of her colleagues wasn't really, she was like, it's not really worth it. Even her family members they were like, I don't think it's the right thing for you to do. I think you should go with your husband. But she wasn't like, I get her point. I get the fact that you've worked all your life to get to something, and finally that thing is there, and people are just telling you to just give it up because of marriage or because of any other reason. So I get her point to an extent, right? But I think mm, there should have been some kind of compromise, which there was actually at the end of the whole thing, at the end of the whole book. James made sure he did everything possible, right? After so many misunderstandings, after him thinking she was having an affair and she also thinking he was having an affair, they got to a compromise. James did everything possible for him to come back to England, to London rather. And Jane, after she realized she was pregnant, right? She didn't really see that, the whole reason why she was fighting to keep that career. She didn't really see it. I won't say she hated her job. No, she didn't hate it, but the the joy of having a new life in her, I think that was what overwhelmed her. So she was able to compromise, even when her husband told her, what do you want to do? Like, it's not, I know I rushed you into this whole thing, into the marriage and everything, and now we're having a child. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep it, or do you want to, And she was like, there's not even, it's not a question, it's not an option, right? I'm keeping this child. And he was like, okay, no problem. I will give you all the nanny, access to every nanny you think you can have, money can buy. She was like, I don't think it's really necessary. I want to bring up my child myself. I want to bring up this child myself with everything happening in the society with nannies and all of that. He was like, but we have good nannies. But she wasn't having it. So she ended up opening her own clothing shop and, taking care of her child herself. So I think this book is a really, really good book. If I'm to recommend, I recommend to people, especially to people that are married or people that are about getting married, because it will teach you a lot more about marriage, about sacrifice, about compromise, about communication. If they had that communication, if they communicated well with each other, there wouldn't be that space for thinking that this person is having an affair or this person is having an affair. I think it would have just smoothened the whole thing for them. So yeah, I really recommend this book. It is a solid 10 over 10 for me. Am I going to reread it? Yes. After the Honeymoon is worth rereading. It's worth reading. It's worth rereading. So yes, I'm going to recommend this book to everybody. So guys, thank you for joining me on today's episode. And as usual, if you've read this book, you can tell me about your opinion in the comment section. And if you love reading or if you love romance book reviews, please like and subscribe to my page. And on to the next chapter. Happy reading. Bye.